Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Live Review. My name is Dev and today we'll be doing an in-depth review of this phone right here. This is the Motorola Edge 30 Fusion. So I will be dividing this video into three sections. The first will be the things that I like, the things which are good about this one. The second section will be the problems with these phones or the problems that I personally am facing. And the third section will be of the common problems that people have been asking me. So I will answer those questions in the third segment of that. So let me just start with the good things of this phone. So the first thing that I like about this is the build quality. It's exceptionally built. So this has Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and on the back. It's beautifully built. It has aluminum frame here and it is curved at the edges. As you can see, that it's not boxy. So what happens is when you hold it in your hand, so that actually feels more sleek because it's curved at the edges. So that's really nice. Because this is not plastic, this is glass, it gives you a premium feel. This is the cosmic gray version. It has a velvet finish and as you can see it glitters a bit, and I really love the finish of this one. We have the Motorola Batwing logo at the back and very well built. It's exceptionally built. I really like that design and the build quality of this one. Speaking about the build quality, let me just show you where the components are. So we have the power button here. The one thing that I like is the power button is ridged, so that is really nice. You can feel that this is the power button here. These are the volume buttons, again very sleek, very well made. These buttons are also aluminum, and antenna bands here and on the top. Also on the top is the secondary microphone, and at the bottom is the primary microphone, the USB-C charging port. We have the speaker, more about the speaker later. So more antenna bands here, and we have the SIM slot. So one good thing about this is this actually has two physical SIM slot in this one. Motorola these days, for example the Motorola Edge 40, they are just providing one physical SIM slot and one eSIM, but this one has actually two SIM slots in this. So this is one point that I like. Another point which I like and no one has mentioned till now in any of the videos is the, look at this part here, the camera. The front, the top part of this is made of metal, the bottom part is made of glass. What I'd like to point out is look at how seamlessly this is integrated. If I run my finger alone on top of this, I do not feel where the metal ends and when the glass begins. So I would say Motorola has done an exceptional job on the overall fit and finish of this phone here, which I really like. So now let's come over to the front and talk about the display. So the display is one of the best thing which this phone has. So this is a beautiful curved edge display. This is a POLED 6.5 inch display, and it has a refresh ratio 144 Hertz. And as you can see when I scroll through it, this is beautiful. The scroll is absolutely beautiful, which I have seen. Also the screen has the peak brightness of 1100 nits, and the color of this is just awesome. This has 1 billion plus colors in this one, the display. So absolutely gorgeous crispy colors that this has. So this also has HDR10 plus, so you can see high definition videos in Netflix and YouTube. This has a screen to body ratio of 90%, so you can see the bezels are really small, and this has Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so it scratches really less as compared to the new version. And on top of that, Motorola gives an additional protection of this. So of course this has Gorilla Glass 5, but I don't know if it is visible in this case, but it has a soft screen protector already installed, which you can see at the edges. So right at the edges you can see here, for example here, and I haven't taken this out because this hasn't scratched till now, and this gives an additional display protection that they provide. So this has stereo speaker. Actually this is dual speakers. One is the top, on the top here, so, and one of course is the main speaker at the bottom. So let's do a sound test and I will tell you some. So I don't know if it was picked up in the video, but the bottom speaker is louder than the top speaker. Of course the bottom speaker is a real speaker and this is just the earpiece which is amplifying the sound, but it produces a mismatch in the sound, and which might be a little bit jarring to some of the users, but for me it's quite loud enough to consume videos in YouTube, Netflix, so it's perfectly fine. And sound actually has a bit of a bass in this one, which was lacking in earlier Motorola phone, so I actually quite like the sound of this one. Another thing which I like about this phone is this clean Android experience. So this came with Android 12, but after I bought this, it got updated to Android 13. So The updation did not take that much of a time. I realized some people have concerns regarding this, so it was immediately updated when I got this out of the box, and it's running fine. It also got multiple security patches, so it's quite nice. And this does not have any bloatware. This provides clean Motorola experience. Of course, this just have the Motorola Gestures apart from the default Android, but I would say that is really nice. So talking about the Motorola Gestures, this is another thing which I really like about this one. So basically, Motorola Gestures is shake to turn off the torch, 3-finger snapshot, and there are others like you can flip the phone to turn it into silent mode, and there are a few other things like that. So one thing which I am a little bit confused is when this had Android 12 before the update, this also had tap at the back as Motorola Gesture. So when I used to do a double tap here, so I could have assigned some functionality to this, but after it got upgraded to Android 13, that gesture part is gone. So I'm not sure what happened. Of course, the sensors are there because this worked earlier, but right now this does not work after the upgradation. Now let's talk about the problems that this phone has. So the first problem that I faced is the battery of this. So this has a 4400 mAh battery. That in itself is quite good, but the problem is this drains very quickly. If I do moderate to heavy usage, by the evening the battery drains to almost 20%. So that is very poor battery life. If I talk about earlier Motorola phones, those really had good battery life. I remember like the phones which had 5000 mAh batteries, at one charge they usually lasted for around 2 days, but this phone after a single charge, this lasts like around till evening and it goes out. The battery discharges really quickly. This is one problem. Of course, this has a 68-watt charger, and that is a turbo charger, and in 10 minutes it almost fills up to 50%. So that's one good thing. But of course, if you go out, if you're traveling and the battery drains out so quickly, that is, I would say, that is a problem, unless you have to carry power bank with you. So the second problem that this has is heating issues. It's not as bad as other people are saying. It does not heat up too much so that you will not be able to use it, but when you have put it to charge, it heats a little bit, and while gaming it heats a little bit, but it is not that much of a problem. Now the biggest problem with this phone is its camera. This has a 50 megapixel primary camera, a 13 megapixel of ultra wide camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and this has a 32 megapixel front selfie camera. Now in daylight, I would say this is one of the best cameras Motorola are using. The photos are quite crispy, both with the primary camera and with the ultra wide. So there is no complaints with the daytime quality of this one. But the problem comes for nighttime, and also when you try to make videos of this one. So with nighttime, it takes a lot of time for the photos to be processed. And for the video part, the primary cameras in dark environments, it produces a lot of noise, but the ultra wide camera is totally useless. So if you are in a dimly lit hall or the lighting is not that good, it provides a lot of noise. The video results in a lot of softening. I'll put in some sample for this one. You can judge it for yourself. So the camera part is definitely something which Motorola can improve, and camera has always been a problem with the Motorola devices. So if you are planning to buy this for just the camera, I would say this is not the phone for you. But apart from this camera, I would say this is a very good device. So here is some sample photos for you to decide for yourself. Now let's talk about the front camera, the selfie camera. Again, the selfie camera is good in daylight conditions, but in the night time, this creates a little bit of a problem. Now let's talk about some of the questions that many people have regarding this device. So another part in the display which I like is the fingerprint scanner. Very fast, very snappy, quite fast. So earlier, usually Motorola had the fingerprint scanners at the back, but I would say quite fast. Again, let me show you. So in-display fingerprint scanner, very fast fingerprint scanner, not an issue. The second question that I get asked a lot is how is the reception? So I have heard some people is facing problems with poor reception quality, calls drop. So Till now I haven't faced any of the problem. The reception is quite good. Till now I haven't faced any call drop issues. Another question I get asked a lot is, does this have Wi-Fi issues? There are a lot of people who says that this phone has problems connected to Wi-Fi. So again, I have connected this to 2.5 gigahertz and I have also connected to 5 gigahertz. Run smoothly, not a problem at all. So the next question is about the updates. Of course, Motorola has a very bad track record of updates. But as I mentioned earlier, I already got Android 13 update on this one. Also got some security patches. So at least the first upgrade will be really, really fast if you decide to buy it now. Let's wait and see what about the next year's upgrade of that one. So another question people ask is, apparently some people's device is getting freezed a lot. So till now I'm happy to report my device has not freezed up once. There is no freezing, there is no lag, so it's running perfectly fine. So this uses Snapdragon 888 processor, which is almost a flagship level, and I am happy to say that it can run apps really fast. It can do multitasking. I've played a few games, runs smoothly. I do sometimes video editing in this one. It can handle everything you can throw at this, so not an issue with this one. So another question I get asked a lot is about the Bluetooth. Some people say that its Bluetooth gets disconnected quite often. Again, happy to report, till now I haven't faced any problem with Bluetooth. I have connected Bluetooth devices to this one, for example, external speakers, and there has not been any interruptions in that. The music plays smoothly, so Bluetooth also works fine. So another question which I get is regarding the curved screen. So curved screen results in ghost touches. I have to say, for me it has not been a big problem. There has not been any ghost touch. Motorola has done a good job of avoiding touches on this area here. So till now there has been no ghost touches. So people are concerned about, if we are holding it like this, will it cause ghost touches? So let's test it. So you can see my finger is clearly resting at the edge here and at the edge here, but when I touch this one, there is no ghost touching here. So Motorola has done a good job at avoiding touches at the edges, and you can easily do your things. So no ghost touch problems. Maybe all of these problems was there when the phone launched, but they have given over the air updates repeatedly on this one. So I think that fixed most of the problems. This is a very stable device till now. This came out around 1 year back. This was released in September 2022, but this is still a very good option. If you see the other devices Motorola launched in the same range, for example Motorola Edge 40, that has a lot of problems compared to this one. I would say go for this Motorola Edge 30 Fusion instead of getting that, because this has better processor. So anyways, I'll be doing another comparison video very soon where I will be discussing all those points. You can check that out when that drops. That will answer most of your questions. But conclusion, what I think about this one is, this is a very good device. Of course the camera has problems. If you want to buy a phone for this, primarily for this camera, I think this is not the phone for you. I think in any of the Motorola phones is not the phone for you. In that case, go for a Google Pixel device, or maybe you can check out the Nothing phone. But if you want a phone for consuming media, this is an excellent phone for you, because of the screen is the best part, I have to say. So that is it for now. If you have any other questions, put them in the comment section below and I'll answer each and every one of you. Till then, stay safe and check out one of our latest videos here, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.